What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Three Pyramids Network with your host, the Ignorant Eclectic Mad Genius. And today we are checking out No Labels Necessary, bro. And this video is about Spotify and UMG deal shakes up the entire music industry. This is about to be interesting. So let me go ahead and stop talking. Let's check this out. Oh, hit that like, hit that subscribe, tell a friend. On the road to 1,000 subs, man. Oh, and also, I do have to go ahead and shout out I'll just put it on the screen at the end of the video, but shout out to y'all. Yeah, I really do appreciate that shout out. And yeah, man, let's do this. Oh, here we go with this again. Hold on.
Charge premium users extra to legally make AI covers and remixes from artists who opt in. Spotify has 760. Breaking news, Spotify and Universal just made the first real mainstream AI music move. Instead of fans making random AI Drake songs on sketchy apps with no licenses, Spotify now wants to charge premium users extra to legally make AI covers and remixes from artists who opt in. Spotify has 761 million users, 293 million paying subs, and even if a small percentage pays another $5 to $6 a month to remix songs, well, that's a whole new revenue stream built off existing IP.
But if you do that, do you own that IP, or does it stay with Spotify and only Spotify? It just stays with your account. And if the song blows up or something like that, do you get a piece of it? Is the things that I would ask.
So the bigger question becomes, do fans actually want to create or just consume? Because if they do, the relationship between artists and audience just changed forever. This isn't just streaming anymore. This is participating in the entertainment.
The music industry is doing something that I don't think artists have realized yet. And this whole Spotify and UMG deal has bigger implications than you might think. And it's crazy because it wasn't too long ago that labels were headhunting these AI songs and having them taken down. And for a while, they tricked us, right? They made us all think, man, maybe the labels are finally on our side. But if you are one of the 48% who subscribe to this channel, then you knew that was some bullshit. Because at the end of the day, they couldn't make no money from it. But now they're going to allow fans to hop on this Suno-like platform, make an AI cover of their favorite artist song, and actually distribute it to Spotify. And as an artist, you might think, damn, man, that sucks. But maybe it doesn't suck. Let me explain. But before we hop in, make sure you subscribe to the channel because every subscription helps to make sure that an AI-generated Gunna album doesn't top the charts. I don't want that, and you don't want that. So make sure you do your part and subscribe.
But what if it's not? What if it's not just a mainstream artist? What if you just create something on Suno? I mean, I be doing that also. I be doing that, so that's the only reason I'm asking.
Let's get back into the video. Now, I think to really understand why this Spotify and UMG situations matter so much, you have to understand the landscape around AI music just 3 years ago. Because back then, the energy around AI-generated music wasn't curiosity, it was straight up fear. Fear that artists could be copied, fear that the labels could lose control, and the fear that this technology was getting good enough that it could completely imitate the creativity itself. And this was fear that was just centered around speculation. I mean, at the time, there was no real competition in terms of music that made people feel like AI music could really become a thing. And then there was one moment that made the entire industry and the entire internet realize, hey, this isn't just a niche thing anymore. This is about to become serious.
This is the new hit song from Drake and The Weeknd. It's called Heart on My Sleeve. They're rapping about exes, Selena, the usual. As soon as I heard it, I knew it was an instant banger. But wait a second. This isn't Drake or The Weeknd rapping. This was made by Ghostwriter977, a random dude wearing a bed sheet and sunglasses on TikTok.
Low-key fire, but he actually can. I guess he could put some shit together.
He used AI to make the whole thing. Now the scary part is that it's good. It's really good. So good that it's been trending this weekend because fans thought it was a real song that had gotten leaked. My guy Roberto says this feels like a Napster moment for music, and I couldn't agree more. Will we see the music industry band together to create a united front against AI? Or will the world watch as voice IP protections erode to zero and artists continually get ripped off by randos on the internet?
Now that Drake and Weeknd AI song was a huge cultural moment in 2023. Not because it was perfect, but because it was the first song that made the industry realize, oh shit, this technology is good enough to get attention. And the proof is there, right? Like millions of people were talking about the song, millions of people were posting the song, and everyone from fans to industry guru was debating about it. And the response from the industry at the time was basically, nah, we gotta kill this immediately. And from that moment on, we started to see the great AI purge happening. Songs got removed, labels started cracking down and issuing copyright strikes, and artists started to aggressively speak out to their fans about what was happening behind the scenes. And for a second, it looked like the industry had came together to prepare for a full-out war against AI music. But then something happened. The internet kept participating anyway. Now, honestly, I think that this is the part where it feels...
Well, honestly, I think, well, I ain't gonna say think, I know that the music labels and everything else was like, I mean, shit, we can make money off of this too. We can get spins off of this too and not pay any of these artists. What? Oh, Soul, let me get this real quick.
It was like the industry misunderstood internet culture. Because notice how I talked about the labels wanted to go after AI music or the artists wanted to go after the AI music. But that's not how fans felt. Because the audience didn't really treat AI like it was some type of evil replacement for their favorite artists. Most of the fans treated it like any other form of fan participation in the music industry. So for them, it was no different than a meme or a remix. Hell, we'd even seen fans make content like, what if an artist sang this song? Or what if this artist was in this universe making this type of music? And we already know that the internet loves interactive culture. And as a matter of fact, interactive culture and the music industry might as well be long lost brothers. And I think the bigger conversation is that we've entered an era where fans don't want to just listen to music anymore. They want to participate in it. They want to reshape a song. They want to remix it. They want to create this vision that they see in their own heads. And the crazy thing is, it's already been proven. There are massive amounts of AI song ecosystems that exist on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, and they're just getting more popular by the day. One of my personal favorites is the SpongeBob AI universe that has generated millions of views on TikTok. And one of the best earliest examples of this ecosystem building out was the SpongeBob viral cover of a Coco Jones song back in like 2023, 2024. And before I show you guys this next clip, I want you all to pay attention to something very important about it. Coco Jones isn't reacting like an artist who feels like her career is under attack. She's reacting more like someone who's watching internet culture build in real time. And hands on my body. I mean, look at her face. She's just vibing to it. And it's interesting to think about now because at that time, we really had two sides of the AI argument. We had people with their pitchforks up, trying to get it taken down because of the damage that Drake and The Weeknd song was doing. And then you had artists like Coco Jones who were playfully embracing it and feeding into that early adoption culture that her fans were picking up. And that AI cover in particular ended up generating millions of views online and getting millions of eyeballs on her song. And I can't prove it because, you know, I don't have the data to back it up, but I can only imagine how many streams that AI cover helped to generate for the real song. And that matters because eventually the label started to realize something very important. These AI remixes generate attention. And in the attention economy that we live in, that we all work in, attention becomes money very quickly. And this is where the conversation shifts from culture to just straight business. Because I don't think that labels suddenly became pro AI overnight. I think that they started to realize that this behavior isn't going away. And historically, the music industry has never won the fight between fans' disruptive behavior. I tell artists this all the time. If it comes down to you versus consumer behavior wins every single time. And what we see happens is that the music industry eventually just builds infrastructure around those disruptive fan behaviors. I mean, we saw it happen with mixtapes. We saw it happen with sampling. We saw it happen with YouTube. We saw it happen with Napster. Even in the modern era, we watched it happen with TikTok sounds and what happened with TikTok since it came up in like 2019, 2020. And now we're watching AI remixes enter that exact same pipeline. And that's exactly why this next clip is so important because it shows exactly what's happening behind the scenes. Major labels are already trying to position themselves for what AI music may become in the future.
So the Suno-Warner settlement thing, look, it's not about the lawsuit. It's about what's hiding behind the curtain. I mean, Suno basically told the court that UMG and Sony don't get to see what they gave Warner. And honestly, that tells you just about everything. Because if the Warner deal was just some simple settlement check, nobody would care. But UMG and Sony are saying, hold up. I mean, this wasn't just settling old business. This was a blueprint, a path forward, a deal, a license. Meaning Warner may have already figured out what the AI future looks like. And while the other majors are still fighting over discovery docs, That's the chess move. I mean, Warner settling, partnering, and even getting Songkick into the mix. I mean, UMG and Sony are basically trying to peek at the answers in the back of the textbook at this point. And Suno basically saying you lost already. Stop trying to relitigate it. But the bigger conversation here is this. Are the majors really trying to stop AI? Or are they just negotiating the price of admission? Because if copyrighted music becomes the oil that trains these AI systems on, whoever cuts the smartest deal first is going to win big, or may win
Ooh, that's really interesting.
big. I mean, this isn't just a lawsuit. This is the early land grab for the AI music economy.
So that line about there being a race to set the tone for AI music, that's the real story here. Because now this isn't just an internet conversation anymore. This is a licensing conversation. This is a monetization conversation. And ultimately, this is a control conversation. Now, me personally, I think labels are looking at AI in one of two ways right now. Number one, it's extra revenue. We all know how much the labels love getting extra revenue because the fans are already generating these AI songs and they're already getting millions of views and listeners and millions of people are already engaging with the content. Then why wouldn't labels try to create a legal system where they could just profit from that? And that's exactly what this Spotify and UMG situation feels like to me. Not the labels are supporting trying to replace real artists with AI, but more so, how can we build infrastructure around this behavior and make sure we get paid from it? But honestly, I think the more interesting conversation is the marketing side of it, because I could see the labels looking at all of these AI songs and asking themselves, yo, what if these songs are actually helping to drive streams and revenue to the real music? I mean, I want you guys to really think about.
And there's also another thing that I haven't seen too many people do. I ain't gonna lie to you, I seen 2 people do it, and it made me want to basically do something. And that's another thing that I've been working on in the background. But you guys will probably see. Did I post a video a while back? I think I posted a video a while back about one of the things that I was doing. But yeah, one of these days y'all see it.
How valuable that could be to the label ecosystem. A fan wakes up and they love a song so much that they spend 30 to 40 minutes working on their own version of it just to post it, and it spreads and get millions of views. And there are new people who may have heard the AI cover for the first time that now go look into the original song, and boom, the song is taken off. And I can see the labels looking at that situation as more valuable than just a typical stream from a fan, because in that method, they're seeing participation, they're seeing emotional investment. And fan participation is one of the most powerful forms of marketing in the modern music industry. I mean, think about the whole TikTok trend era. That was just labels trying to encourage fans to participate in the promotion and marketing of a song. And even me personally, I'm even starting to hear it in some of the conversations I have with clients who are signed to labels. I mean, I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago with an artist and their team, and they straight up asked me on the call, yo, Corey, how can we get an AI cover to one of his songs created? And that label was looking at that song as an extra way to promote the song, where they really didn't need the artist to do much, right? Like, we could just get the song generated, get it out there, you know, get a little love put behind it, and the artist may honestly never even know. I don't even know if they ever told the artist that they were trying to do that. And so I genuinely think we may be heading towards a future where fans don't just listen to songs, they participate in the acceleration and the marketing of it. And what's even crazier is that the labels are going to support it. So that's going to look like official remix tools. It's going to look like AI stem packs, or fan remix contests, or meme song rollouts. And honestly, all of that stuff really already exists. AI is just lowering the barriers of entry. And what's even crazy is that this isn't the first time that technology has caused this type of panic in the music industry. I mean, we really see it like every couple of decades with every new update to the industry. Meaning that every generation of music has had a moment where people thought that technology was about to ruin it and creativity forever. And one of the best examples happened decades ago with synthesizers. Now, I want you all to pay attention to this next clip, because the language around it sounds a lot like what we hear today around AI.
In 1982, the UK music industry tried to ban the synthesizer, and the decade that followed would become defined by it. It all started with Barry Manilow, of all people. He'd gone on tour that year, and instead of having his live orchestra, he replaced them with a handful of synth players. Same sound, a fraction of the payroll. And the Musicians Union was furious. So on May 23rd, which happens to be the birthday of Robert Moog, the Central London branch voted to ban electronic instruments entirely. Now, the Central London branch had no authority to enforce this nationally. So while it was never legitimate policy, I think it shows the sentiment around new technology at the time. A lot of people did not trust it. And the union actually didn't lift their position on synths until 1997, which is ironic because at that point, synthesizer technology technology was significantly more capable of replacing human musicians than it was in 1982. The 80s ended up being what I think is one of the most innovative eras of music, and the synth, the instrument they were trying to outlaw, actually became the defining sound of a generation. It laid the foundation for entirely new genres, from synth pop to acid house to techno and eventually jungle and drum and bass. And really, the synthesizer went on to become the backbone of electronic music production and the foundation of so many distinctly British genres like UK garage, grime, and dubstep. Looking back, it's hard to imagine what UK music would sound like without the synthesizer. Anxieties about artists being replaced by machines are as real now as they were back in 1982. History tells us it's never really a question of if the new technology is going to arrive, it's when. And the question that actually matters, the one that the Musicians Union should have been asking back then, and the one that we need to focus on today, is how do you protect the people that it affects while the culture figures out what to do with it? History doesn't always repeat, but it sure does rhyme.
So synthesizers, auto-tune, DAWs, sampling, and now AI. Now, that doesn't automatically mean that every concern about AI is fake or should be disregarded, but history has shown us something important. The industry almost always fights technology before finding a way to integrate it into their current business model. And then as time goes on, they build completely new business models around it. But to be clear, not everybody is embracing this shift. And that's why I think this next clip is important, because it shows just how deeply divided the music industry still is.
But literally, if I'm not gonna say if you can't beat them, join them, but literally learn how to integrate it into some of your workflow, just to basically do something new. You know what I mean? See if you can find a new sound for yourself. But that's just how I think about it.
Is when it comes to AI generated music. Some companies are trying to build systems around it, and some companies want absolutely nothing to do with it.
Has banned AI music from its platform. Bandcamp has banned AI music from its platform. An online record store and music community platform that's different than streaming only platforms because it allows fans to purchase and own music. Bandcamp has officially taken a stance against AI music. What I find most interesting is that their mechanism for determining if music is AI or not is by community members reporting on one another. So if a community member thinks a song is AI, they're supposed to report that to Bandcamp so that the song can be taken down. Personally, I have never used Bandcamp to distribute my music, but I am curious as to what you think about this move. To me, as I look at Bandcamp in this whole streaming music era, I think this is a marketing move to position itself as an anti-AI platform, probably to attract those music creators who are against AI. Long term,
which is a good thing, and also it's a bad thing. The reason why I say it's a bad thing is because you kind of alienate a whole subgroup of individuals who actually like that type of music and stuff like that. But also, I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I could be wrong, but
I'm not sure how this is going to play out for Bandcamp, particularly as AI music becomes more accepted in the music industry. But let me know in the comments what you think about all of this.
So we're seeing it in real time with companies like Bandcamp who are taking a hard stance against AI. And I think what's even more interesting, as you heard in that clip, is that the fans who are also anti-AI are seemingly taken to Bandcamp, meaning that there could be an industry where the artists who are pro-AI and the fans who like that type of music are split from the artists who are anti-AI and the fans who also hate AI. Because the reality is that a lot of artists are still deeply uncomfortable with this, even if it does become a viable means for marketing. And it makes sense because there are real concerns here. Voice replication, artist consent, oversaturation, devaluing musicianship, fake song spreading, all of those are very valid concerns to any artist. And as much as we see both sides fight over it in the future.
But also, if that's the case, the platform should allow all automatically let people know that that the song is AI, like, right? Like where the name title is, it can just have like a little AI thing or something like that. It should have that.
Of it, I just don't think that the conversation is that black and white. But I also don't think that the music industry is trying to stop AI anymore. Everybody's trying to figure out how to control it within their own narratives as a platform and as a company. But I really do wonder, where does AI music fit in, at the very least, the marketing ecosystem for artists as things move forward, right? Like, I think about how some artists will historically release songs in the future, right? You might have the original song, and then 2 weeks later the remix comes out, and then a week later the EDM version comes out, and then a week after that the country version comes out. Are we going to see a world where AI songs and AI generated covers are slotted right into a distribution pipeline like any other alternate version of a song? I don't know, but
I believe so, because if you guys have listened to the Chopped and Screwed stuff, and then like the DC Bop stuff, like those mixes, those mixes go like if you're in DC, you're gonna get the DC Bop, or no, was it Chicago Bop, the Chicago Bop or something like that. I forgot what's DC's. I forgot what the music from DC is or whatever, but yeah, like the chopped and screwed stuff. Like, bro, people cut, like, I know a couple DJs who basically cut and like, so like they'll have their set, and then basically after one song is done, they'll put like the chop and screwed version. And like that was like, I know, and the chop and screwed probably doesn't get like really done like that a lot nowadays, but back in the day, a few years ago, you know what I mean, that was going on heavily. And so I'm pretty sure it'll be the exact same thing.
It is crazy to think about that just 3 years ago, the entire industry was trying to remove AI music from the internet. And today, they're trying to figure out how to license it, how to make money from it, and how to use it to help blow up their own artists. And honestly, I think that tells you everything you need to know about where this is heading. Because whether people like it or not, or artists like it or not, fan participation is becoming one of the biggest forces in entertainment culture. And these AI covers may end up being the next evolution of that. And we may see it take its place in music industry history right alongside meme culture and reaction culture. And once again, all of this isn't happening.
And honestly, bro, like Devon Terrell, and a bunch of other different artists and stuff like that, like they literally have their own websites to where if you're a individual who likes their music, you can go to their website and purchase their music from their website. You feel me? So that's also something, and that's basically going straight to the individual. That's no middleman, no nothing. That's going straight to them. That's also something everybody, all creators and everything else, should be paying attention to.
Because labels all of a sudden love AI. I don't think that's what's going on at all. But it's because labels have figured out something that I think that most artists are having a hard time coming to grips with. People don't want to just consume culture anymore. They want to participate in it. They want to play in it, if you will. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you think that these fan AI covers could become...
All right, y'all. Let me know down in the comments down below what you think about this video. What did you think about his thoughts? What did you think about my thoughts? Did you think I was like tripping? Let me know. I'll catch y'all on the next one, man. Love each and every last one of y'all. Hit that like, hit that sub, and tell a friend to tell a friend. Oh yeah. And the business that I was talking about, or the channel that I was talking about, was the Black Status. Shout out to the Black Status one more time. You know, I'll be reacting to another one of their videos. I love you, each and every last one of y'all. I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.